Right now on KGW News, protecting our most vulnerable as we head into 100+ degree heat.
We're dealing with people who often don't have a big village, so we're trying to be their village.
Also tonight, KGW follows up on local businesses being sued for things like too narrow parking spots or missing signs.
They're easy targets.
Why it seems people of a certain background are being served more often than others. And later, a different type of red, white, and blue lighting up the night sky.
200 drones, 400 feet up in the air.
What motivated at least one city to offer a safer and quieter 4th of July. Well, we begin tonight with a weather impact alert, and while we are in the upper 60s in spots as we take a live look over Portland this evening, we are just over 12 hours away from an excessive heat warning kicking in across our region. Thanks for joining us. I'm David Mokel, along with Chief Meteorologist Matt Zaffino, tracking what we can expect over the coming days. Matt?
Hey, David. Yes, we made the 80s today, and we've dropped into the 60s already, so a nice cool night as we expected, but that's not going to be the case in the nights ahead. It's going to be very, very hot during the day, beginning tomorrow afternoon, and tomorrow is actually one of the cooler days. We top out at 93. After that, 4 days in a row of triple-digit heat. And you'll notice that we've got some of our bars here for the 7-day forecast red. That's a new program we started this week, and those indicate that these are weather impact alert days. And we'll do that when the weather is going to be at the very least inconvenient and at the very worst dangerous, which is what this is trending towards right now with these record high temperatures for a very long period of time. So again, this is not something to take lightly because there will be an impact. Thursday through Monday, that'll be the hottest time. Those are the days when we're going to be seeing triple digits. This is excessive heat. That means people may be suffering from, or may end up suffering from heat stress or even worse conditions than that. So the key is what you need to do is stay hydrated, avoid strenuous activity, just kind of lay low. Luckily, it's a holiday, so a lot of people hopefully don't have to work as hard as you normally would, right? So we've got an excessive heat warning everywhere in magenta here. Even the high Cascades are under a heat advisory. So at elevation, unusually warm there. Down in southern Oregon, we've got fire weather warnings as well. And these extensive heat warnings extend from Canada to Mexico. So this is an entire West Coast problem, David. Some of the records that we've got, well, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, all in the upper 90s, right? You know what? All of those are going to fall. We'll have more on this in a bit. Back to you.
Mexico to Canada and beyond. Wow. Thanks, Matt. Multnomah County has declared a state of emergency starting Friday because of the extreme heat, though they have yet to decide if they'll open emergency cooling centers. County emergency managers are getting supplies ready. They say they're waiting for forecast temperatures to exceed their threshold. That could happen tomorrow. Meanwhile, outreach workers are already trying to make sure those living outside can stay safe. Alma McCarty joined one team on the streets tonight.
Around 7 p.m. Wednesday, Union Gospel Mission workers and volunteers begin their nightly operation.
We do that 5 days a week on a regular basis. We visit the same spots every week.
But on this night, just before temperatures climb to triple digits, their work becomes even more important.
Days where it's extremely cold for a long time or heat waves where it's in the 90s or 100 for 4 or 5 days, it really can be dangerous to people's health, dehydration, heat stroke. It can be life-threatening if people get dehydrated and can't find somewhere to cool off. So we definitely get concerned.
The search and rescue mobile outreach van stops first in southeast Portland.
Got a lot of folks out here tonight, huh?
Around 92nd and Flavel.
Another area must have been swept and everybody's kind of come along here.
Between distributing crucial supplies,
Would you like some juice or anything?
John Newell and the rest of the team are doing welfare checks and providing vital information to people living outside.
Would you like some socks or anything like that? Go see Amanda. Yeah. She's got them.
The work continues under the 205 overpass. Then off Southeast Foster, near the Springwater corridor.
I've been out here on the streets for about 9 years now.
Although Bo Brunco typically stays here, he isn't sticking around.
My plans for this hot weather is I'm going to be going to probably the river. I have easy heat strokes. I get heat strokes way easy, so Yeah, I didn't expect this hot weather to be coming like this.
A few folks out here have asked about cooling shelters specifically, places where they can get inside and get out of the heat during this heat wave. At this point, Multnomah County has not made a call, but we are told that they are planning to make a decision on Thursday morning. In Southeast Portland, Alma McCarty, KGW News.
And we, of course, will keep you posted on that. Meanwhile, the Meals on Wheels nonprofit will be checking in on vulnerable seniors around the area as they deliver meals. Their operations manager says about 50% of homebound seniors they serve live alone and often lack human interaction. So their nearly 200 volunteers have been working to make sure their clients have what they need ahead of the heat.
My across the street neighbors are very, very friendly, and they check on us also. So it's very important to check on your elders, even if you're not elderly, but even disabled or just a neighbor.
Yeah, Meals on Wheels delivered about 8,000 meals today, and about 10% of clients also got a fan. If you're looking for a way to help the nonprofit but can't volunteer your time, they're always looking for new or gently used fans. You can donate them to any Meals on Wheels location. All right, let's talk about the increase in fire danger, with Portland crews responding to 2 fires today that started small and spread quite quickly. This one was on Rocky Butte. Embers spread to a steep slope that made it difficult for crews to reach. And another fire that started in an RV near Linton spread to a power pole.
We know that as you get a larger fire going, you get the one slight ember to go up and it drops down into an area of dry vegetation, and you end up having a grass fire, a vegetation fire extends into homes.
And that is why the city of Portland, along with all of Multnomah, Washington, and Clackamas counties, have recreational burn bans in place. Clark County's goes into effect on Friday. That means no fire pits or burning yard debris, though grills are okay. Fireworks are also banned within many city limits, including Portland and Vancouver. All right, speaking of the heat, if you take public transportation, expect some slower service on trains through the coming days, but maybe not as slow as in years past. Here's why. Heat causes tracks to expand and overhead wires to sag, though TriMet says it's been upgrading lines to better withstand extreme heat. Trains will now be able to run at full speed until temperatures climb above 100. Once that happens, they'll slow to 35 miles per hour, which could mean delays of up to half an hour. Stay with KGW for the very latest throughout this heat wave, however long it lasts. On KGW.com, you're going to find updated forecasts, lists of places to stay cool, and learn about ways to conserve power while dealing with this extreme heat. To get you caught up on tonight's other headlines now, Multnomah County's Joint Office of Homeless Services will continue to lead the area's response to homelessness. In a 3-2 vote today, Portland City Council approved a new 3-year contract with the county. This comes after months of uncertainty and weeks of negotiations. One big hang-up was over the tents and tarps the county hands out through contractors that the city pays to clean up. Commissioner Renee Gonzalez says the county has agreed to stop buying new tents and tarps and to work with the city to establish guidelines on distributing those that remain. In Salem, police have arrested a driver they say pointed a gun and threatened someone at a park. This is what authorities say they found inside the suspect's truck: 2 guns, brass knuckles, suspected drugs, and lots of cash. The parkgoer says they were just walking near the suspect's truck yesterday morning in the parking lot at Riverfront Park. The suspect, identified as Alex Morgan, now faces several charges, including menacing. And the man who used bleach to kill thousands of fish at a Southern Oregon hatchery has served his sentence and is now out of jail. Joshua Heckathorn broke into the hatchery in April and poured bleach into a tank that contained 18,000 young salmon. The judge sentenced him to 30 days in jail and 3 years probation. Heckathorn was also ordered to pay $15,000 in restitution and stay away from all Oregon hatcheries. Those who run the hatchery feel the punishment should have been harsher, arguing he caused damage to the entire fishing industry in the Northwest. Straight ahead on KGW News at 11, protecting pets from the heat, the early signs of sickness experts say to look out for. But first, the lawsuits that seem like a way to improve things for people living with disabilities, with tactics that feel uncalled for by the local businesses being served.
It seems like, it's extortion. I mean, that's the way I look at it.
Up next, why some businesses owners think their race is making them a target.